How do you think Biden's been handling it?
Well, I think it's a movie. And I think Biden isn't Biden. He's an actor.
Wait,
playing
legit?
Biden.
Actually? Or
Yeah,
no?
I think it's Jim Carrey in a mask.
Okay, no.
Because nobody else can
He's Kyle
trip up
Dunnigan.
that stairs 5 times in a row, but Jim Carrey like that. But no, I don't know. I don't think any of us really know anything that's going on. There's things going on that don't make any sense at all, like germ
That's true.
warfare against people.
Do you
I
think,
mean, it's on another level that we're not hearing about in any news show. That's all distraction. Something really other is happening, and it's being fought in ways we don't even know about. They say subterranean tunnels. That's where warfare is being conducted.
let me ask you,
worldwide now, tunnels, subterranean warfare.
I'm curious, like, where do you get your news? Like, how do you bone up on the news when you don't trust news and you don't?
Declassified CIA documents and government documents.
Like that you Google on the internet, or is there somebody you trust, or how do you?
I go to military sites. And
have you always done that, or is that?
And of our allies as well, not just of the United States State Department, but of our allies in the UN. And I also read the papal bulls from the Vatican. And I also read statements out of Switzerland, Basel, Switzerland and stuff. Yep. I read really deep stuff because I love to read. I've always loved to read. And I read, because I read and tweet, I have many sites. Some of them are with a lot of really intelligent people worldwide. And we share information too. And
how do you make sure, this is one of the big questions in, this decade, this century, how do you make sure that you don't get manipulated, that somebody doesn't corrupt you with fake news, fake information, right? How do you know what's real?
I verify it 3 times.
Not just you, but anyone,
You have to verify. You have to check people's references. Really check references and sources and verification of a variety of sources. Otherwise, you are going to be duped because it's all about duping you. Duping,
it's hard to figure out who to trust.
That's the goal of it. So we'll be, docile and go along. That's what happened in Germany is fear. Fear makes docile people. But also, words are the greatest weapon. They can try to shut down words. They've screwed with the meaning of so many of them. They don't even mean what you think they mean. And when you contemplate the meaning of words deeply, you often come up with almost the complete opposite of what they're selling. Like when banks say they use the word fidelity and trust banks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a corruption of words. And that's all to fool us because they want to steal our money. They want to steal everything we got and make us eat bugs. They say it.
I don't know. I guess I have a more optimistic view, notwithstanding all the nonsense,
What's your optimistic view? And then I'll tell you my optimistic view.
I don't have much faith in the competence of our leaders.
I have none.
But to pull off a scheme like this, I just don't think they're smart enough or well organized enough. I think they've just got a far left ideological agenda that manifests in industry after industry and policy after policy, and that they need to be fought whack-a-mole style as they come up until sane people can regain their positions in power. But when they get there, they won't find the secret documents of the cabal and the plan and what they were trying to do with us. They'll just find genuine hard left ideology that's been baked into our system generation after generation now as we sat back and ignored it and thought it would go away. And we were really wrong. That's generally my
I
worldview.
agree with all of that, but except for the whack-a-mole part, because there's too many moles.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what's happening instead, I do think intelligence is winning. And intelligence acts like a magnet to like intelligence. And so I think that we all are magnetizing to each other and waking each other up higher and higher. But the whack-a-mole thing, I think they are exposing themselves in front of our eyes, and our job is to witness it and make sure it registers, not to forget it, but to see who they are, see how their system works against us. And I think that's hard for us because we've been so trained never to assign the blame upward. The mind control program was always to make us lay blame laterally or on the middleman, which is anti-Semitism, but never to assign the blame all the way up to the tippy top where the people who actually cause all the problems sit. And those are, who do you think they are? They're right in front of you, but they can't be named.
What do you mean?
Because the mind control program is so severe that were I even to say the words, people wouldn't believe it. They wouldn't. They'd just shrug it off.
Now you're losing me. But when you say, I mean, you're talking about beyond
No, I'm
elected
talking about
leadership?
the people who own the world.
You're like the Bill Gateses of the world?
No, he's not. Well, he's one of their handmaidens.
Tell me what you're trying to say.
Kings and queens. What kind of crazy shit is that? That's feudalism. Hello? We have kings and queens? Are you shitting me? In 2024? And we are like, I don't know who's controlling us. What? We're that stupid. We are sheep. But some of us are waking up and going, you know what? There isn't like just a few families that should own everything in the world. Yeah. There isn't.
Well, that's true.
And they're so stupid, like you said. Luckily, they are stupid because arrogance always accompanies ignorance. That's what Torah says. They're always the same, two sides of the same coin, and they undo each other.
Well, let's hope.
And so their arrogance is such that they've actually made, with their greed and their whatever they do in their bubbles and their bursting bubbles and making more bubbles and their scams and fraud, they've actually made money obsolete and it's worthless. Now that's just great. That's my optimistic sign of the future because that is the dream of the end of debt slavery. That's leaving Egypt. That is the dream of humanity. It's so great and it's crumbling. And they're being exposed, and it will be replaced with a better system that works for human beings, all human beings. And it'll come from us and our intelligence, because we have the will and the means and all the technology to do that.
Let me tell you a story about a guy named Leo Grillo. Leo was on a road trip and came across a Doberman. This dog was severely underweight and clearly in trouble. Leo rescued the dog and named him Delta. But sadly, Delta was just one of many animals that needed help. And this inspired Leo to start Delta Rescue, the largest no-kill, care-for-life animal sanctuary in the world. They've rescued thousands of dogs, cats, and horses from the wilderness, and they provide their animals with shelter, love, safety, a home. April marked 45 years since Leo rescued Delta. Delta Rescue relies solely on contributions. If you want caring for these animals to be part of your legacy, speak with your estate planner, because there are tax benefits here too. You can grow your estate while letting your love for animals live well into the future. Check out the estate planning tab on their website to learn more and speak with your advisor. We call dog a man's best friend for a reason. You can help those who need it most. Visit deltarescue.org today to learn more. deltarescue.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.